Hey Libra, just watch that for a while. Take a deep breath. Take another one. If you're not cooperating, stop being stubborn and take a deep breath. Yes, it is very stressful. You're feeling claustrophobic, so here we are. Oh, she isn't like us Libras anymore. She used to, but I don't know what happened. You know, the readings just haven't been the same. She be going out of her way and being all extra for Scorpios and all this other shit, but not for us. She doesn't, she not checking for us no more. No, that's why you're gonna get like the most gorgeous sunset ever. Take a breath, Libra. Take a breath. Yes, it's emotional when someone is nice to you when they're usually stern. So I'll ease into it, alright? If I'm too nice just now, you're just going to start crying. You're going to miss the point. You're going to get overwhelmed. First card out, 10 of Cups. So, family's a very sensitive subject right now, right? Right? Okay. Family's a very sensitive subject. All right. Let's keep going. Happy family. What you've always wanted or what you've had now for quite some time. And something is hitting that nerve and it's too close. It's either that your work and your family are infringing on each other, or your family is in some ways starting to, you feel, unravel, or you feel the pressure of it all. The 10 of Cups turning into the 9 of Cups. No, that can't happen right now. Excuse me, sorry. So, the 10 of Cups turning into the 9 of Cups, and then the 2 of Swords. So, just look at these 3 cards together. The Libra dilemma, where the scales are replaced with swords, lessening the 10 cups to the 9. Now, am I saying that it is your imagination? No. Am I saying that it is your overthinking that has brought about whatever decrease you are worried about right now? No, absolutely not. I'm just seeing a pattern. Okay, bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. And King of Swords. Ooh. And Knight of Swords. And 4 of Swords. Okay. Okay. Take a look. Ace of Cups, King of Swords, Knight of Swords, 4 of Swords. Which brings us here. Why is it more important to be here than it is to see your cards? To see me, even. Because you need to take a breath and realize that the expanse of this entire thing still exists. You may feel all closed up right now because the decrease is real in some way. Everything seems to be closing in. You want to push right now, but you don't know what direction to push in. The cardinality in you wants to move things along. And it makes sense because you are the season after the discerning. So it's like Virgo discerns, okay, the harvest is here, now we have to reap the harvest, and I have to discern between which harvest is good enough to keep and which is not good enough to keep, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to criticize that thing. And Libra energy comes in and is like, all right already with all this, give it to me so I can weigh it and put it away and make some use of it. Like, come on kids, like it's time to come in, enough with this nonsense. And so Virgos and Libras can have a little bit of disdain for each other that way because there's an impatience with Libra there where it's like, yeah, I get it. Did you do your job? Okay, you did it. Good. Now get out of the way so I can do what I need to do. But that can also work against you. That cardinality, which is really a reaction to Virgo, as every sign is a reaction to the sign before it, that reactive quality that you have, cardinal air. What's cardinal air? Last month when I was talking to Aquarius, we talked about stale air, fixed air, and how they have to constantly work against that and have to find ways to cross-ventilate their beliefs and their feelings and their words, because otherwise they can get really, stale in that way, because, stubborn air. So what is the drawback of cardinal air? Excuse me. Cardinal air is, it's the jet streams, right? It moves everything around. It creates the atmosphere. It creates the climate. It is the keeper of the winds, if you will, right? So when you have an entire system to run, which is how Libras can feel, which is what makes them such good leaders, such good bosses, such good managers, especially. When you have a system to run and you know exactly how many polar opposites you have and how to run it, then it can become very difficult to let anyone catch even one of the balls that you are juggling, because if someone catches one, you're going to lose all of them. And I think that's really what's happening here, is that you have a lot going on, but the decrease that you're feeling has to do with not being able to do it all. Excuse me, I'm going to drink some water. I never bring water outside like this, but right now I was like, no, I need to bring one, and here we are. So, just me and the microplastics, yay. But the Ace of Cups is here. So your Nine of Cups turns back into Ten of Cups, and that's where I really want to go with this, which is why I need you to watch this. What you think you're losing in some way, you are not losing. It will be replaced by an even better cup. But if you insist on the cardinal air drawback of being bossy and trying to push yourself, not even a situation, it's not a situation I'm worried about you muddying right now. It's yourself. You are in a lot of ways at a point that you're cracking under your own pressure. And you may have allowed your work or your other commitments, including family commitments, to be so incredibly important to you that you haven't taken any time. And you're just, you feel empty. And so the Ace of Cups really has a tendency to come in when people feel empty, as a way of saying, hey, the universe is going to fill you back up. Don't worry. It's going to be great. But we have to get out of our own way here. So Two of Swords, King of Swords, Knight of Swords. Very, very sharp, Libra. And of course, we do have a tendency to get sharp when we're feeling unsteady, imbalanced, right? Sure, more and more aggressive. But it's pointing you towards a rest. And you're thinking, but I don't have time to rest right now. Didn't you just say I have all these balls in the air, and if I drop, if I give someone one, they're all going to fall? How can this be the time when I need rest? Yeah, but, generally, self-care is inconvenient to cardinal signs especially. Because you guys are, what's self-care to someone who has to run the four winds and has to control the atmosphere and the air we breathe? Right? Aquarius is stale air. Gemini is mutable air. That's rain, snow, when air changes state, right? And turns into other things. That's what Gemini and Pisces have so much in common. Pisces is also mutable water. Water changes state, goes and mixes with mutable air. You see? But you're the one who's keeping charge of it all. That's quite a big job. And a lot of times Libras can feel that way about the aesthetic of a thing. They can feel like the aesthetic of a thing is necessary like breath, Excuse me. And other people can look at them like, okay, it's not that deep, and Libras are like, no, it has to be beautiful. Shut up. What's the point if it's not beautiful? What's the point? What's the point? This is what I'm trying to impress on you. Come back to yourself here. Yes, things are important. Yes, things need to be done. Yes, in some ways you may be feeling, some sort of material loss. Let me just give you a little more of that sky. It's going to start to change color soon. It's going to be super cool. But that doesn't mean that you lose touch with what's important to you, which is the beauty of this entire thing that we're doing. Not to get too existential with you, but I feel like you guys are really going through it. Bottom of the deck, the Chariot, and Page of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and then the Justice card, and then you guys, and the Five of Swords. Okay? So, if you're dealing with a water sign, that person is coming up as someone that you have quite a lot tied to, especially if they're a Cancer. But in some ways, you feel betrayed by them. And vice versa. Like you guys really got into it. Did it have something to do with money? If you were just sitting across from me and it came up like this, I would say it had something to do with money or ambition, work somehow. That's where the conflict started. If this is a work situation, that person is feeling at a loss and has been quite deceptive. I don't know what's been going on with Cancers lately. They've been on a little bit of a lying streak. Everybody goes through their times where they do the most according to their sign, let's put it that way. And Cancers have been doing the most lately. I've noticed. But it's over now, but they're paying for it now. They did what they did a while ago, but they're paying for it now. So if you're dealing with a Cancer where stuff is starting to come out, you may feel a lot of Five of Cups in reverse. You may feel a lot of disappointment, like the last of the cups have spilled. And if this is a work situation, the Chariot here is about your place in life and your purpose in life, right? Like the direction that your purpose is taking you in. If that's how you're feeling about work and your profession, your career, I would say that within that now is a seed of opportunity for you to follow something that would be much more lucrative and something that's much more true to yourself. You may also here be facing some hard decisions about ending things. And I know it's been a constant theme for the past couple of months, but it doesn't feel the same. Now it's really something that you are in control of. The Justice card is nestled between the truth of finding out this Five of Swords, lying, whoever this was, and the Ace of Pentacles. So you showing up very much in your own power, which is super cool. Yes, there are regretful, Five of Swords, Five of Cups in reverse. Yes, there are regretful things, but your Four of Swords was already telling you that you need to pull back in terms of getting at people, whether they deserve it or not, because you have too much going on as it is to now add that to the mix. I feel like you guys are putting thing on top of thing on top of thing on yourself, responsibility-wise, and sometimes I think you guys actually do that because it's a really good way to hide. I feel like Libras can hide behind responsibility. Well, there's some Libras, early, first week of Libra, that run from responsibility because they still have that, Virgo, gunk left over, which can be really frustrating, but at the same time, I think the Cuspians deserve our empathy more than most because they have such a hard job in terms of being the ones that are living through or coming through as the energy is changing hands. And so they can, in some ways, never feel quite complete, right? So, let's not, make it harder for them. But it is a notorious quality of the Virgo to vacillate and be deeply insecure about their emotional relationships. And early Libras can also be that way. However, the rest of you guys have a tendency to be so responsible that you'll use responsibility as a crutch to hide your feelings behind. It's like, oh yeah, there's stuff going on with me, but don't worry because I also have to take my friends here, and I also have to do this thing for my cousin, and I also have to do this stuff for work and for school, and da, 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 da. So yeah, I'm okay, but thanks for asking, and la la la. And then after a night of drinking, or you watch something that gets to you, or something happens, and like the floodgates just open, and you're so. I don't think that being super, super responsible and hiding your feelings behind it right now is going to work in June. I think that against all your, this is a card of haste. Against all your instinct right now to push forward, just understand that it is a time of waiting. It is not a time of pushing through. The summer is just starting. And I know that you guys are like, I know, that's why I want to get it done. No, the summer is just starting. Let it. You see how long this takes? Right? It seems like it's never going to go down. But then, when it starts to go down and starts to turn bright red and go crazy, it's worth it. It's worth it to sit through it. Even if you feel that impatience, it's a lesson. It's a lesson in appreciating more than just what you want. It's got to be more than just what you want. And a lot of times cardinal signs can have trouble with that, because you guys really like to get what you want. Fixed signs like to keep what they have. Cardinal signs like to get what they want. Mutable signs like to change it into something else. But there's something more important than all of that. Because all of those things can be a pitfall. Beyond the need to acquire, beyond the need to contain and own, possess, beyond the need to transmute and understand, is just appreciation and gratitude. And perhaps that's what the Seven of Pentacles here is about. Because underneath it is the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Wands. I'll show you all these on the table in the extended. You see? It's really beautiful. It's just going to get more and more beautiful. You'll see. You need this. Oh, so we appreciate. And we watch. And we listen. Neil Young did the soundtrack for Dead Man, which is my favorite film. If you haven't seen the Virgo Halloween video from last year, I'm dressed as Dead Man. It's my favorite character from my favorite film. And Neil Young's soundtrack for the movie is one of my all-time favorite pieces of music ever. And throughout it, in the background, is playing the sound of traffic. But the sound of traffic also really sounds like the sound of rain. And the sound of traffic in rain is something very specific to New York. And when you hear it, it's nostalgic. It's soothing. It's home. Anything, Libra, can be beautiful. It's just about the context, right? It's contextual. In The Usual Suspects, McManus says when he realizes that they're going to die, they're sitting in the car and they've realized that they can't run from Kobayashi and they're going to have to go on this boat and they're not going to live. He looks out the window and he says, "The news said it's raining in New York." And the first time I saw that, I was like a teenager. I think I was 18, 19. And I didn't even really know why, but it just made me cry. I was in New York at the time. It wasn't like I was away. But I felt it, I felt it in my heart. Like, he missed home. He knew he was going to die and he missed home. He just wanted to go home. And I had been away in Maryland at school. And I had hated it so bad. And all I had wanted was just to come home. And it was the first movie that I watched after I got home that really, got to me. Or that I thought was, really good. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this is genius. What is this? And I would try to get all these people to watch it, and they would fall asleep. And so they could never stay awake till the end, which is the best part. And I'd be like, no, after you see the end, you're going to love it. And they're like, what kind of movie is that you got to see the end before you can appreciate it? I'm like, oh my God. So he says, the news says it's raining in New York. Why that? Because that's home, because that's beautiful, because there was context to it for him, and that's what made it so beautiful. Whatever you're going through right now, I don't think you're looking at it with the right perspective. Put it in perspective. There's all this going on out here that you can be a part of. Step outside of yourself and outside of your mind. Step outside of your mind, please. Look how beautiful it is out here. You see? We don't need to do this. You can just as easily be holding the scales and the sword. All you gotta do is put one sword down. You see how that works? I'm not telling you to stop thinking. Just put one sword down and replace the blindfold with the crown. And we're good. The scales will just find themselves to your hand, like Thor's hammer. You're good. Yeah, you want to get it done. No, but you don't understand. It has to do with my sense of self and what I want to do and what I want to accomplish and what I said I would do. And no, I have to stay in this relationship because of this and this and this. No, I have to keep doing this thing at this pace because I have a plan and Yeah, but it's not going to work. The Ace of Pentacles means that it's going to be given to you when it is meant to be given to you, not before. You can't make it happen. It will happen to you. So in the meantime, we can do this, but you're not going to do it with me. I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not that kind of friend. I'm the annoying friend that drags you outside and is like, look how beautiful it is. Come on. What do you want to do? You want to smoke? I'm that friend. So what's all the waiting about? That's a good question. What's all the waiting about? Why is the waiting happening now? Why, when I'm so close, are things starting to fall apart like this? First of all, they're not falling apart. You just think they're falling apart because you're having to wait and you hate it and you're bossy. Admit it. You want it the way you want it. And the universe has a tendency to teach people who are arrogant in that way a waiting lesson. And it's happening to you. And I'm not saying you're arrogant. I'm saying that people who think that way can be arrogant. It is a trait of the arrogant. So, if you find yourself behaving that way about anything, check yourself right now, because I guarantee you it is the thing that the universe abhors most. It is the door to so much sin, so many various types of sin. This arrogance, where we want what we want and we want to have it the way we want to have it, because we don't really know what we're doing. Sure, we think we have a pretty good idea, and I'm sure you guys have a much better idea than, for example, Geminis do. I'm sure you guys are super much more with it. But no matter what we do, we can't speed this up. When it gets there, and I know you can see it starting to get there, it will be glorious. But is it worth the wait? Is it worth it to get the thing, Libra, if you can't have it when you want it? Because then what's it about? Did you really want the thing, or did you just want to exercise your will? If you really wanted the thing, then I guess you don't care how long you gotta wait, because you really just want the thing. As long as you know you're gonna get the thing, you're gonna be okay. But if you're not happy getting the thing because you didn't get it when you wanted it, is it really about the thing at all? Or is it just about you? I know. I have a tendency to do that. I said to my sister-in-law, the Libra, and my little brother, who I never really talk about because he's very private, but he's actually my best friend. He's a Capricorn. So we walked down the street before I came out here. And they were like, yo, what happened? And I was like, nah, yo, I was like mean to mom and I feel really bad or whatever. And my little brother was like, why? What happened? What'd you do? And I was like, nothing. I talked about it in the Aries video for last month. I was like, nothing. I just, I was upset about some stuff, and then she said something and I just went ham on her. I said some really mean stuff and I feel bad. And him and my sister-in-law looked at each other and they started laughing, and he was like, oh, so just the normal? Just the usual? And I was like, no, I'm not like that. And they both just, and she's a Libra, so she was just she looked at me and she smiled, and then she laughed in a way that was mean. It was mean. I was like, oh my god, that's a really mean laugh. You really didn't mean that. So, I mean, I'm not wrong though, is the point. Do you want the thing, or do you just want what you want when you want it? Because if you just want what you want when you want it, I think the universe is going to make you wait and teach you what's really important, which is the thing. And getting the thing in the way that's best for you, which means not when you want it, but when it's meant to be yours. And the distinction is a very important one to learn this June, and I would suggest you learn it early, because otherwise I think you will... Ow! Ah! Get away! Oh my god, you guys just heard me scream. Nothing, I'm fine. Hi. That was scary. Bees and stuff scare me. Get away. I mean, I like bees. I love bees. I'm not ignorant like that, but get away. So, I've read you your life. The cards are pretty good. The thing is, look, you have the Chariot. You have the Justice card. You, the Justice card as far as, signs on a dark road. The Justice card is dope. It's, hey, Libra, you're heading exactly in the right direction of all the things that you want. It's chill. You're walking right towards it. But if you want to, drive towards it at like, 110 kilometers an hour, then no, then you're going to be upset this month. You need to walk there. So good, let's walk there. And look how pretty it is if you walk there. And just take a breath, and maybe we can save your kidneys while you're at it. Flush your system. You guys, when you're stressed, you don't drink enough water, you don't hydrate, you like shut down, your parasympathetic system just like shuts down when you guys stress because you're such overthinkers. And that's also like a remnant of the Virgo energy. And it's so destructive for you guys, because as an air sign, overthinking is just like hell. And you forget to do like the necessary things like this, but like drinking water, like sleeping enough, like eating right. And so you end up eating bad, and then you feel bad that you're eating bad, and then you feel bad that you look bad. And once you feel like you look bad, everything starts to go down. Jesus Christ. Excuse me, sorry. It's a downward spiral, man. And we gotta keep centered. And sometimes keeping centered really does just mean this. Even if you don't want to, even if you feel like you don't have time, even if you feel like you don't have the space for it, or where am I supposed to do? Well, you have it right now. If I were you guys, actually, I would watch Dead Man. Actually, the same thing with Usual Suspects. The futility of it is what makes Usual Suspects so good as well. There is a sense of things being written in a certain way, and how we can relax when we realize it. William Blake is so tense at the beginning of the movie, Dead Man. He's so tense. He's looking around at everybody. He's so worried about what people think of him and how he looks and how he doesn't look and what they look like and if they're clean or not. It's aesthetically beautiful, the film. The black and white quality is just phenomenal. I think it was one of the best people in the business, actually, that did the color on it. Fuck off. Sorry. And once he settles into his destiny, once he realizes what his purpose is, when his compatriot, nobody, says to him, you were a poet and a painter, and now you are a killer of white men, and your poetry will be written in blood. Because he is supposed to be the reincarnation of William Blake, come back to avenge the native land, that is soaked with blood. 70 million people, I think, is the current number of how many native First Nations people were killed in North America. And so the film is really about sort of the land rising up, in defense of itself, in some sort of an honor, a show of honor. And it does it through this mild-mannered, really beautiful account. Very polite, very well-dressed, pretty. And fate just kicks him around in every way possible in such a short amount of time. And it's just one kick, and then while he's down, the universe kicks him again, and then again, and then again. And he's just so full of hope and purpose and principle at the beginning, and then these series of events happen, and it just like there's nothing to be done, like he just kind of gives up, like, okay, forget it. And when he gives in, there is this beautiful moment where he is alone and he has stopped fighting against everything, and he realizes that he's going to die. He has a bullet through his heart, and he is going to die. And he finds a baby deer in the forest, and the deer has been shot through the neck. The doe has been shot through the neck, and he's been shot through the heart, and the bullet can't be removed or else he'll die. And so he's bleeding, his heart is bleeding, and here's this doe that has just died, that, the neck is bleeding out. And he lays down next to the doe, and he feels the texture of the doe's blood that's kind of pooled next to it. And then he reaches into his own wound, and he feels the texture of the blood that's seeping out of his wound. And he mixes it together, smells it, and then he streaks it down his face. Really beautiful. Very well done. The shot, the angle, the color of it, the sound, everything. The beauty of Johnny Depp circa 1994. Ugh, Lord almighty. And then he lays down next to this doe, and he looks up at the sky. And there's this amazing shot by Jarmusch where the sky spins. But it's just his way of finally giving up on the principle of the thing and the what's fair and what's right, because William Blake in the movie, he's very much like that at the beginning. And when he finds that doe shot through the neck like that, that's such a senseless act. They didn't take it, they didn't do anything with it, they didn't use it for anything. It was so small, it's just so pointless to do that, and they just did it for nothing. And that's kind of how he feels about what's happened to him. It's just like in the wrong place at the wrong time. And a life wasted. And it occurs to him how unfair it is, and how just a part of life this is. And how sometimes you have to resign yourself to things being not the way you thought they should be. Because it's all kind of nonsensical, and none of it really it doesn't seem to make sense at all. And once he has that moment, after that, everything changes. The film changes. Because he's no longer struggling to find and maintain an identity and to maintain a certain order in the world around him. He gives in to the fact that maybe he is just supposed to kill corrupt people who are trying to spread disease and kill natives. Maybe he is supposed to just get rid of corrupt corporate, steel magnates and detectives and marshals and corrupt priests selling diseased blankets and mercenaries. Maybe more than being the mild-mannered, well-dressed accountant, his life was supposed to be that of this badass vigilante, superhero. Like at one point, one of the bad guys that's searching for him says to one of the other bad guy mercenaries that's searching for him, I don't know, but if this here Blake fella keeps killing marshals, I'm gonna end up liking the kid. Kind of a, macabre example. Nonetheless, when he gives up on how he thought his life and he himself should be presented in this simulation, he finds his actual groove. When you first meet him in the movie, he's been through some tragedy. His parents have both died, and his fiancée has left him. He is for certain walking against the tide, or walking against the waves, walking against the flow, against the current. And when he lays down next to that deer and lets life happen to him, and just kind of looks up at the sky and is just there like this, he turns around in that current and starts to flow with it. And what he flows into is the eternity of a hero. He is given a hero's burial, and he is sent off into the next world as a hero, with all the blessings and ritual and ceremony that one would need to reach there. Beautiful. Into an expanse that is quite similar like this, except out there in the bay where you could see out. It's shot in the Pacific Northwest outdoors, and it's just phenomenal. And forgive me if you've heard this before. Forgive me if I ramble too much about Dead Man, but it really applies this month. And the slowness of this entire video, all of this, it's purposeful, because you guys are the antithesis of this right now, and I'm telling you that you're going to run yourselves ragged. And you will be worse for the wear, and nothing will get done anyway. It's not going to help the situation, is what I'm trying to tell you. It's not like you rushing right now will actually affect it. It's not going to affect it. It's not going to do anything. That's the part you need to understand. But why? Why won't it affect it? Why can't I do something? I don't have time for this right now. But that's exactly why you need to make time for this right now. Why don't you have time right now for yourself? Why don't you have time to rest? What is more important right now than you just being able to sleep? Or, I don't know, watch something without having 10 million concerns, or just take a bath. I don't know. Go to a museum. How long has it been? Oh, I don't have time to go to a museum right now. I have deadlines. I have this. I have that. I have a marriage that's falling apart. Yeah, I get that. But this is how we get there. This is the road back from any sort of calamity or any sort of loss. It starts like this. This is just giving yourself time. This is me holding space for you and allowing you to give yourself a little time that you're not going to give yourself. What it requires on my part is a patience that only the Cancers will understand. But it's natural for us. This doesn't take anything from me. If I was an Aries, I'd be bugging. But they're cardinal like you. They're cardinal fire. Oh my God. Burn it all. You see the boats? You see the boats out there? Take a deep breath. Roll your shoulders back. Right? Just stretch out a little bit. Just take a breath. If it makes you emotional, that just means that your muscles are holding way too much right now. Our muscles hold our pain, That's why if you get a deep massage, you'll cry. Breathe it in. And realize that regardless of what you think you need to do or not do, that right there only happens when it's supposed to. And we gotta live by this, because we're in this thing with time right now. And we can't push it. We will push ourselves to the brink if we try to push it, but it will not break. What Kanye say is like a bird hitting a window. Don't be a bird hitting a window. Be a bird hanging out in the water over there watching the sunset. Much, much better, much smarter bird. And even the birds dance. They don't have to, but they do. It's fun. A lot of times Libra can forget that. That's that responsibility thing again, you know? I'm just gonna lay right here. Just look at that. And there's a boat over there. You want to see the boat? You see the boat? See the boat? The boat's nice. Okay, back to our scheduled programming. There we are. Good. I'll stop messing with it. No, I'm gonna put it down a little bit. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Ooh, that's pretty. And it's really bomb through the filter on my sunglasses. Like a green filter on it. I'll see if I can put a green filter on this. Like a slight tint to it so you can see it the way I'm seeing it. It's so cool. See, if you want to turn it off, you gotta ask yourself why. Because it's like you don't feel like you have time for yourself. Like you don't have 2 minutes for yourself. You know? Or however long this is now. But that's the whole point. Use it as a meditation. Like these birds are like a symphony out here right now. Yeah, is she really gonna wait until the sun goes down? Hell yeah, I'm gonna watch it anyway. You can watch it with me. If you've been feeling claustrophobic, it's because that Two of Swords is making your minds crazy. That's why you feel like you can't breathe. That's why we need to be outdoors. You hear this wind blowing? See that sky changing color, mad dramatic? The sky, that's us. That's you. That's our domain. This is our domain right here. The air. They got the water. Then they got the earth. Then they got that fire. But this here, where all the colors play out, where we breathe and get what makes us live, that's us. And because we are associated with the sky, the creatures of the sky are also associated with us, with you. This is a pretty airy moment. And why is it so important to rest? It's just about being an empty cup. In so many ways, that's why your kidneys are suffering. The dehydration going on. Hi. See how I channeled that Libra energy? Because you know what I really wanted to do was be like, what the fuck are you looking at? What'd you say to me? Are you talking to me? Yo, that bird just flew mad close to my face. What's going on right now? This is what it's like to hang out with me, by the way. If you've ever wondered, like, this is what I'm like. And for some reason, I'm one of those people that doesn't like to like sit close to people. So people like to sit mad close to me. I don't understand why. And then I just end up talking even lower because I don't like to like talk over people. I'm actually mad picky about that. Like if people interrupt me, I just get mad quiet. The camera froze when those two guys were walking by. Getting serious now. So when the sun is 45 minutes to setting, you can look at it without hurting yourself. And if you ground your feet in earth or sand or water and look at it for about 2 seconds, you can do something called sun eating, which will give you quite some nutrients. As I put my feet in the grass. Let's see. What time is the actual sunset? Oh yeah, we're very close now. Hey, you know what we should do? We should totally go live and like no one will understand why we're going live. And I never go live at the Quietest Revolution one. Let's go live. Okay, ready? You see? Let's go live. Ooh, this is cool. Are you guys into this? Yo, you guys are totally on camera, bro. You guys are in the Leo. Sorry, Libra. I meant Libra. You guys are in the Libra reading. It'll all make sense later. Hi, guys. What's up? This is the Libra reading. Welcome to the Libra reading. Excuse my feet. Welcome to the Libra reading. You guys are on camera. Look, this is the Libra reading. It's happening right now. I'm recording it. And you guys are in it. We're watching the sunset with Libra so you guys can relax. Take it easy. We're watching the sunset to help decompress. we've already done the reading, but the reading was mainly just about getting you guys to decompress. And then we've been out here watching the sunrise, and they've been getting a little annoyed because it's taking a while. But that's what the whole reading is about. And now you're seeing these gorgeous colors. And let's see if I can get your exposure even better. There we go. Now you can really see it. And they were getting a little bored, so this kind of like interaction is fun for them. See, you can enjoy yourself and still not like push yourself to do stuff. It's possible, Libra. Where is this? This is Denmark. I know I never go live, so this is fun, huh? Yo, Redley, what's up? I miss you. The podcast goes up tonight, bro. Oh, low battery. Check it. Just look how gorgeous. What's up, Redley? I miss you. I hope I see you soon. Guess who's been texting me? And I'm not talking about that piece of shit Virgo either. Oh shit, I forgot. This is the Libra reading still. Sorry, Libra. just don't mind me. Of course, I would end up like being gossipy in your reading. I apologize. I forgot I was recording. Can't wait for Taurus. Yeah, Taurus will be lit. Oh wait, I forgot. I was just ha 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 ha. Miss you loads. I knew it. Oh my god, right? He's so fun! Oh my god. I have to stop though. Like it's like a level of fine that I'm not like I have to work into this level of fine. Like, Lord have mercy. I just be listening to what's it called? What Jules? I just be listening to Jules and like trying to contain myself. Just oh. Anyway, I'm like completely in control of the situation, which is great. Let's get back to what we're doing, which is keeping these Libras company in their reading, watching the sun go down. But this is probably like entertaining, no? The gossip. Are we really in the reading? Yeah, look, this is the reading. It's happening right now, bro. You guys are in it. Because they needed to hang out and watch this, but then they were getting like hella bored. Thoughts on Drake? Jeez, man. It's like, it's weird to talk about people's kids, right? Dead over here. Yo, Bradley. I don't know, man. It's just like, oh god. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's so dope. Like, I don't know, my confidence level just went through the roof. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, there are things, you know when, like, things happen to you, like, somebody, like, hits on you and something, and you're like, yo, you hitting on me? Like, it's that kind of thing, and, like, my confidence just gone through the roof after that. Like, I can't get a handle on myself. I'm so into myself, I cannot! Whoa! When is Libra gonna catch a break? I thought we were about to, but lately, yo, sent a request to be in your live video. I don't really do that stuff, the live video things, where people want to be in the video. I don't really know, like, no, let's not do that. So, Libras are catching a break, but this is what the whole thing is about. It's like, watch this beautiful sunset and just chill. Like, take a moment of relaxation. Take a moment to breathe. Take a moment to listen to me gossip and be girly about like a really hot guy that I met. Like, just chill. Just chill and be, just silly. Just chill for a minute and take it easy. I know you got a lot to do. I know you feel like you got a lot on your shoulders. I know you feel like you got a lot to live up to and a lot to get done. But maybe you just need to like hang out with somebody silly who's talking about boys for a minute and like watching the sunset. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's possible. It's possible. Like, look at this dude. This dude's chilling with his dog. Right? This dude's having a great time. Let's not what? Redley? I don't know, man. I feel like that shit turned out exactly the way it was supposed to, because I would have just been hella thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I needed a minute. Oh, I know. Oh my god, I was hella thirsty. I was hella thirsty. But like then I was like, wait, no, but I'm the shit. Like, you want to talk to me? No, I'm the shit. I know. I have the most maniacal laugh with like, you don't understand. I just love when surprise shit happens. Like, everybody said for Gemini, like some surprise thing is gonna happen. Like, someone's gonna come out of nowhere and just like be like fine as fuck, and like you're just gonna be really into them. Like, I don't know. And I was just like, whatever. And like, damn, like Redley was there, so Redley knows. But that shit happened out of nowhere. I was like, oh, whoa. So it's been really, whatever. And like, how great, right? Like, after like throwing the fucking trash out. Anyway, so here we are. The sun is, he's fine. Yo, Redley, oh my god, he's so fine. And his eyes are like in the front of his face, like it's very, like he has like a very predatory kind of thing going on. Anyway, I can't. I should not even be talking about him like this. This is crazy. I've already said too much. Never mind. Don't be pulling me into your Libra romantic Venus shit. Stop it, Libra energy. Stop it. Oh, I think something bit me. Hey, Key, Pit, Simple, Helen, not TK. I appreciate your live video request, but I don't do that. No, he does. He looks like hella predatory. Like, his eyebrows are really straight. Oh! Hair is very blonde. Oh! Just whoa. He's a Pisces. Oh! Oh no, I don't want to tell you. No, I can't say anything. No, stop. I can't. And it's always like this. I know, Pisces. I can't. It's always like this too. Like, if I ever get hurt, just like a Pisces, like a fine Pisces will come out of nowhere and be like, yo, I heard your confidence was down. I'm like, oh no, not anymore. Like, oh. Now who the hell is she talking about? I'm talking about somebody that I met who's like super, super hot. Anyway, so yeah, so let's get off that. Like, you see this Libra energy? This Libra energy is crazy, but this is the silly side of Libra energy. We like this, huh? We like this. I know. This is what I'm saying, Redley. That's why I can't say anything. This is what I'm saying. Oh, she said if only they knew. One day. It'll be like a fire selfie. It'll be a fire selfie. Oh God, it'll be a fire selfie. I can't. This is how I am though. Like, I don't know. Like, I'll just not be checking for anybody for years, right? And then all of a sudden, someone will come out of nowhere, and I'm like, damn, you fine. Like, what happened? Where'd you look at that face? Where'd you get that face? Huh? So, Anyways, there was your sunset. This is Abeltoft in Denmark. Take a look over there. That is the frigate, the boat that stands in the harbor here in Abeltoft. Is he famous? Yeah, that's why I can't say anything. Shush. That happened to me at the weekend. Yo, that shit is like out here. No, stop. Don't say that. Shush. Shut up. Shut up. Don't say that. Oh, you got people from Twitter on here. No, don't be cross-checking my shit. Don't tell anybody. No. No, don't say that again. I'm trying to. I'm not saying anything. You see, you got my Capricorn friend mad at me. I didn't say anything. I'm not saying anything, and I didn't even say no. He's not famous. I don't know what is famous. No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean famous like that. Never mind. Never mind. So Libra, I've said too much. I've overshared. Get that shit on the low. You can DM and tell me. I won't tell anybody, but my nosy Scorpio ass needs to know. Why are you sending me that emoji, Redley? I didn't say nothing to nobody. No! No, stop! Y'all are embarrassing me. Stop! I hate y'all. Yes, Libra rising. We overshare. This is your energy, Libra. This is your energy. No, I'm saying nothing to nobody. He's not famous. Nobody knows that fool is. He's a nobody. He's a nobody. Stop. Go to detention. You can't say detention to me. I'm brown. I might take that the wrong way. Oh my god. He a nobody. Forget it. And it's immortalized. You guys are having a good time, but it's also being immortalized in the Libra video. So as soon as it's posted, you guys will see yourselves interacting on here. No, stop! Don't Google nothing! Shut up! Stop blowing up my spot! Don't do it, please! I hate y'all. Don't do it. Oh my god. It was a really pretty sunset though. I will call you later, Redley, but don't yell at me when I call you. Because I didn't mean to say anything. That one girl follows me on Twitter. That's why. I didn't know. Because I be oversharing on Twitter. Oh my god, my ribs hurt. Oh. Did you guys need that? That was like laughter therapy, no? Libra, you guys needed that. We ain't getting distracted by the sunset. Stop. I'm not telling you nothing. No, don't do it. Stop, Detective Tristan. I hate y'all. Don't do it. Just shush. Just be quiet. I'll tell you guys when, like, you know, if it's something. Right now it's nothing. Don't do it. I hate y'all. So I'm glad you enjoyed the sunset. We'll do it again tomorrow. I'm thinking we should do the Scorpio video here as well, right? We'll come back out for the sunset. I love you. I love you, Tristan. I love you, Redley. I love all you guys. Yeah. So we'll do the Scorpio reading out here. I know, the army is amazing. The army is amazing. The revolution is amazing. Just don't troll nobody, y'all. Please. No, the Sag video isn't up yet. Because the full moon was crazy for me, but I'll process that.
and then we can talk about it. I love you guys. I hope you guys had a fun time hanging out. Libra, I hope this was fun for you, just listening to me be really, really stupid. Yeah. Yeah, I said a lot. Alright, so which one to end first? Don't fuck it up for my girl, y'all. Listen to Redley, please. Don't fuck it up for her girl. For your girl. Don't fuck it up for your girl, y'all. And to everyone, a good night.
Am I the most annoying person you know? Or what? I love you guys. That was amazing. I'll see you in the extended, and I'll see you in July.